adding and subtracting decimals. So go ahead and set up your goal, which is write in your goal, add and subtract decimals, put a section in for questions and conclusion. The main thing when adding decimals is that you have to line up the decimal point. So our first example is 3 and 704 thousandths plus 17 and 58 hundredths. So I'll rewrite that so that the ones line up with the ones, tenths are in the tenths column, and so forth. So that's 7 tenths and 5 tenths. You see those lined up. 0 hundredths and 8 hundredths, 4 thousandths and 0 thousandths. And then you can add the correct place value digits. So once you have it lined up, you can just add as if there weren't any decimals there, just putting the decimal point in place. So when you add 3.704 to 17.58, you get 21.284. And I'm going to put a question in, why line up the decimal point? The answer to that is when you line up the decimal point, then you add digits that have the same value, ones plus ones, adding the tens to the tens. Example 2, we're going to subtract 5 and 68 hundredths minus 88 hundredths. This time we're going to have to borrow or rename some of our ones to tenths, because we can't subtract 8 from 6. We have to borrow from the 5 that's in the ones column. So our conclusion is the decimal point must be lined up to add or subtract decimals. Example 3 is 2 and 3 tenths plus 1 and 60 hundredths plus 1 and 15 hundredths plus 1 and 7 tenths. Again, we have to line up the decimal point so that the ones column digits are added to all the other ones. The tenths are added to tenths, and hundredths are added to hundredths. Now, if there are no hundredths, we can add zeros in. That doesn't change the value of the number. Here you see I'm adding up all the tenths We get 17 tenths, so we have to carry one over to the ones column, and it's 6 75 hundredths. Example 4, we're going to subtract 24 minus 56 hundredths. I changed 24 to 24 and 0 tenths and 0 hundredths. I have to borrow from the ones column and borrow again from the tenths column to get all the way to the hundredths column. And the answer is 23 and 44 hundredths.